Namaste. Today we will talk why self-managed teams fail. While the endeavor is to find the right model for self-managed teams in the Indian context, there is a need to learn why do self-managed teams fail and learn thereof. The reason for failure is multiple. Culture of the country, culture of the organization, management commitment, behavioral qualities of team members and capability in problem solving and qualities required to work as a team are few of them. But I will point few of the major one. The first one is community. We learn from the teams that worked about 5,000 years ago. Group of individuals stayed together for safety and food. From the era of Stone Age, and people found that safe and warm to stay together, helping and carrying each other. These changed in materialism when the Industrial Revolution started and slowly hierarchy came to existence. With this, the belief of community living started dying, so is the teamwork. Studies also shows a team size should be between 10 to 148. A group of people working together prefer to stay with a membership for safety is an important factor. Workers prefer to have union. The second one is complexity. Complex work needs one leader to take a risk and take different decisions to suit the situation. Examples can be like aircraft maintenance and major surgeries involving multiple doctors can be considered in these cases. The team has less decision-making power. The complexity is well explained in the 4 dimensions of complexity researched by Ben and Marco 2005. Empowerment in the model is defined as a combination of responsibility and ability that is knowledge, attitude and experience. I'll now describe on the 4 quadrant. 1. The first quadrant is more team and operational. The examples are cells, lines in manufacturing industries, malls, nurses in intensive care unit. My research and implementation model is based on this quadrant. The second quadrant is more staff and operational oriented. The examples are project teams in ITs, project teams and banking teams, etc., knowledge workers, etc. And this is very well used in IT as Scrum. The third quadrant is more team and operation. The examples are sport teams, FIFA teams, Formula 1 are few examples. The fourth quadrant is staff and strategy. The examples are many surgeons operating simultaneously, Navy SEALs, commandos, space mission, etc. The third important factor is technology. The concept of self-managed team is sharing a work, helping each other. As the technology gets complex, specialization sets in, and it will be difficult and may not be viable to use self-managed team approaches. Team of doctors in operation theaters, cockpit in aircraft with commanders and co-pilot. But one example where co-pilot and captain can work together is Sullenberg, commonly called Sully. In 2009, he and his pilot Jeffrey Jason landed in Hudson River. Please see the video and how they have saved all the passengers.
Actually, you're just going to get me up here today. And you know how you start out a good presentation? You start with a video.
Cactus 1549, 700, climbing 5,000.
Cactus 1549, departure to contact, climb, maintain 15,000.
Maintain 15,000, Cactus 1549.
Cactus 1549, turn left lane 270.
This is Cactus 1539, hit birds through lost thrust on both engines. Report check, does he need assistance?
Yes, it was a bird strike. Can I get him in for runway 1?
Runway 1, that's good.
Cactus 1529, turn right 280, you can land runway 1 at Teterboro.
We can't do it.
Okay, which runway would you like at Teterboro?
We're going to be in the Hudson.
I'm sorry, say again, Cactus? Cactus 1549, radar contact is lost. You also got Newark Airport up at 2 o'clock in about 7 miles. Eagle 54718, turn left lane 210.
On January 15, 2009, Sully and I were faced with a situation of tremendous peril. But it also was an event that we had prepared our entire careers for. Just the Friday before, I had completed a month and a half of training on the Airbus A320 that we were flying. It was a new airplane for me, and this was actually my very first trip as a line pilot in the Airbus. It was also my first trip with Sully. I'd never met the man before, which is actually quite normal in our business. As pilots, we can't depend on knowing the person that we're flying with. We use our training and our strict adherence to common procedures to allow us to act as a team from the very first moment that we fly together, the moment that we spend together in the cockpit, and also guide how we work as a team. Even in this moment of extreme stress and confusion, these ingrained procedures and methods of communicating instantly came to the surface due to the constant reinforcement of recurrent training, and we both knew what to do. The specific standard operating procedures that we call them, and practice in training provided us with an avenue to assess our situation and a process to solve our problem. Now, many people want to credit this to a miracle, but this was not a story of individual achievement. This was a story of organizational change and emphasis on safety awareness that has transformed the airline industry over the last 20 years.
The fourth one is routine and work content. The work by the team should be simple with lesser, easier problem to solve. The team should have less physical strain and do more of decision-making work. Hence, automation with maintenance reliability. Use of TPM to have a reliable equipment which will ensure zero breakdown, zero accident and zero defect. The Volvo Uddevalla plant has achieved and is the first car production line to use this concept. In fact, Henry Ford came to Volvo plant and saw a paradigm shift on the assembly line with this self-managed team concept. The fifth one is environment. Competition, organization policies and government regulations are a few environmental factors which make self-managed team fail. Failure of the Uddevalla and Nummi plant are due to competition and organization policies. However, there are few organizations that sticks to the values and face this difficult period with the changing strides. They are Southwest Airlines, TATA are few examples. Environments are of two types, external and internal. They have positive and negative impacts, mostly negative in nature. We need to keep our eyes on above areas to sustain in the self-managed teams. My research is addressing these challenges. Namaste.